Greetings, folks, and welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Coco Smooth, the casual collector with casual takes. And in this segment of 1/12 scale military action figures takes, I am showcasing on this 4th of July, appropriately, Retrocarded G.I. Joe classified Craig Rock and Roll McConnell. Um, yeah, so here's what he looks like in the package, right? He's one of the original 13 Joes, right? I'm trying to collect all of the OG ones. Those were the ones that inspire me. I've been trying to get one of these, but man, it's been hard to find one. So, I pre-ordered the Rock and Roll and the Vipers, and they finally came. But I should have pre-ordered this because I didn't realize how popular he was going to be. Big mistake, and so I'm late to the game. Everybody probably don't care about watching that video no more. But your boy Coco is still gonna do it because it's what Coco does best: be late and get the figures done. So yeah, I'm gonna take him out of the package real quick, and then I'm gonna read off his bio. So his command file. Now the thing is, the classified Rock and Roll was done so well, it's kind of hard to want to do a throwback one, but there are people who are insistent, and I don't blame them, right? So let us read what it says on the package real quick. McConnell, Craig S. Roll, machine gunner, primary specialty, infantry, secondary specialty, PT instructor, birthplace, West Side, the Boo, Malibu. Rock and Roll was a surfer and a weightlifter in Malibu prior to enlistment. He also played bass guitar in the local rock bands. He possesses a strong sense of loyalty to his teammates and is a man of honor and integrity who can be counted on to hold the line. Man, how you go from hippie to killer. Awesome. He must, well, if we're gonna go with the him, the Vietnam era stuff, yeah, that would be him. However, since that's a long time ago, if this was released back then, Malibu, I don't know what kind of bands there are in Malibu, but I do know that there were bands in Long Beach. Could have been in Sublime. Stolen from an African land, was chased out of the bar. I saw my best friend tonight, so don't push me too far. So yeah, it looks like he's just the same exact kind of figure without the tattoos, right? No tattoos on him. Let me lower it for you so you can finally see him in his full glory, right? Comes with his standard stand that comes with a retro-carded figure, right? Um, and his knees are not as colored as the the classified, straight up classified version. Yeah, I prefer this top. Oh, you know what? There's a lot I actually like about this. That throwback look. Once it starts to come, you're just starting to like it even more. Now, of course, a little bit different. He's got the rock and roll, you know, devil horns right here. Pretty much the same everything really. I wish I had my rock and roll ready for you guys to see a comparison, the old from old to new. And he's got his ammo belt for the pig, right? He's got his. We already seen the hands, but yeah. Got that helmet. I can't wait till they do a throwback grunt too. It'll be interesting how that's going to look, because I actually like the way classified grunt looks like with his updated kind of, armor and gear and stuff. But at the same time, I'm curious to see how they're going to make him look. Yeah, so he comes with this communicator goes back here, right? And this goes over here. Yeah, I think I lost my rifle, my machine gun for classified rock and roll, which is unfortunate because, well, I didn't lose it, but it's got to be somewhere in this horde of a house that I got going on. Now, how do I put this sucker on again? I forget. Your boy Coco is like forgetting all kinds of things. It's been, my memory's bonkers. I know I messed with this before. This can't be too hard to put together if it's a thing. Oh boy. Yep, your boy Coco has lost his gosh dang. Oh, here it is. Okay. And I lost it. I forget now. I think it's supposed to go like this. Ah, come on. I think it's supposed to go like this. Oh, there you go. And there you go. Where you at? Where you at? There you go. And there you go. Rock and roll. Yeah, they love to do, the modern take for modern audience tattoos to win for those people who are about that life. But then there are people who are about that throwback life, and the throwback does not have certain aesthetics. You know what I'm saying? Now, I gotta tell you, I'm so accustomed to seeing the classified version that this version is looking kind of on the plain side of things. Um, and it's kind of weird to have no colors here, but that's the way it was in the throwback. No colors here. It's a little too throwback for its own good. Uh, yeah, the classified one has brown knee pads, and this just straight match, olive drab ish. You know, uh, I believe the only difference too is this is brown instead of gray for the pig. I think it's a good look. Again, if you're going for that throwback look, but I still see why people would skip this because the classified version is good enough on its own in the modern take. But for those who have to absolutely go with the throwback look, this is the way to go. Now, him being this color, and if we're gonna play the game of throwback 13s, right? OG 13. This is where I wish that they went regular color beret instead of one color beret instead of camel beret. It's kind of bizarre, you know. Uh, I think that's the rest of the throwbacks because again, once grunt becomes a thing, this is what it, classified grunt. I think his color scheme is really good and dope as it is, but I'm sure they're gonna find a way to make him look more plain without this really awesome vest. I'll probably come up with a different vest, my guess, right? So yeah, um, I'd say that the retro Snake Eyes, retro Stalker, and retro Rock and Roll so far have been wins overall, I'd say. But I can also see why people skipped out on them because classified Stalker's money and classified Rock and Roll's money too. So yeah. Final thoughts on this? Well, since I'm gonna go with the OG, I'm gonna have a complete setup with just the OG 13 with the with the retro look. I'm glad to have this, but for those if we didn't have the space or whatever, I think that it was okay to just go with the OG, well, the classified one with tattoos because it looks really cool. Um, and that's the verdict for me. This I believe that this might be a little too plain to a fault, but again, that's because I've become so accustomed to seeing the classified one that this is starting to look a little too plain. If you understand my drift, you know what I'm saying? And it's a shame because I've been looking forward to getting things more throwback, but when I finally get it on hand, it feels just a little underwhelming. But I'm sure once I get it all together, I'll start to feel a certain way about it. Like, oh, you know what? Yeah, that throwback look makes sense now. So, all right, folks. Well, that is all I got for this segment of 112 Scale Military Action Figures Takes, the Retrocarded Rock and Roll G.I. Joe Classified Edition. I am your host, Coco Smooth, the casual collector with casual takes. And until the next video, folks, ciao.